When reading the set text with the view of responding to KCSE essay questions, the best way to go about it is the episodic approach. Divide the book into manageable episodes based on the conflicts. So an area of intense conflict can be considered as an episode, because these episodes may be used to answer some of the questions that we ask at KCSE. Once you divide the text into episodes, the next thing is to study and internalize the episodes. Before we dive deeper into that, watch this video first, because it explains to you how to go about reading the set texts generally before you get to this specific step. While at it, also remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I'll keep posting more useful stuff. All right. Step 1 on how to study and internalize the episodes. First of all, ask yourself, what is the event happening in this episode? We've talked about areas of intense conflict. So you find one and you ask yourself what the event is. I'm going to illustrate this using an episode from The Pearl by John Steinbeck, and maybe another one from Blossoms of the Savannah by Henry Ole Colette. So step 1, identify the event. Ask yourself, what is the event? Step 2, who are the characters involved in that episode? So identify the characters that are involved in that episode. You should know them, spell their names correctly, and know the relationship between them. Then the next step is to identify the actions of the characters. So what actions or activities are the characters involved in? After identifying that, then you move to reactions. How do the other characters in that episode react to the characters' actions? Or what are the outcomes of those actions? And then lastly, is there any moral or lesson that you learn? So I'm just going offhand, just trying to recall one of the episodes in The Pearl. In 2020, one of the questions that we tested, optional set text, The Pearl, was that good families are built on love and teamwork. So you're supposed to answer this question using illustrations from The Pearl. Of course, the steps to answering a KCSE question: read the question carefully and understand or interpret, and then 2, identify the keywords in the question, and then 3, identify the character's action and the outcome, then come up with the points of interpretation. So once we've read the question, good families are built on love and teamwork, we identify the keywords, that is good families and love, teamwork. So we have 3, family, love, and teamwork. We underline those 3 keywords, and then the action is the love and the teamwork. So the evidence of love and the teamwork is the action of the character. We need to see what the character does that demonstrate that they're in love or they support each other as a family, because we're using Kino and Juana. And then also demonstrate the outcome, how it leads to a good family, how they stick together through thick and thin. So one of the answers, now when coming up with points of interpretation, one of the points we expected the candidates to write is about the second attack. We see a demonstration of love and teamwork when Kino is attacked the second time. Of course, you remember the first time he was attacked, page 58 to page 60. We had that episode was the first attack, where a thief sneaked into his house and tried to steal the pearl, and Kino was hurt trying to defend the pearl. Now the second attack is an episode that answers our question about good families, love and teamwork. We want to see how Juan and Kino actually demonstrate teamwork between them as husband and wife. So we go to page 78 of the pearl, and that is when they just tried to sell the pearl for 50,000 pesos, and then the dealers gave them a raw deal, wanted to try and cheat them out of the value of the pearl, and the highest they could go was 1,500 pesos, a far cry away from what Kino expected. So he said, okay, I'm going to sell my pearl at the capital. And while at home, just still contemplating, Kino could sense some evil lurking outside his brushwood hut, and so he wills to go out and probably fight the intruder or the would-be thief of the pearl. And we see the first instance of love when Juana is just seated there beside Kino and saying that the best she could do was just sit there and be silent but be close. And Kino had not eaten, but Juana knew that he would ask for his food when he felt he needed it. And then Juana tries to stop Kino from going out. That is love. She loves the husband. She doesn't want him to go out and probably be harmed or face danger. But Kino still goes out, and he's attacked. Still on page 78, because Juana could hear the blow. And then she puts the baby down, picks a stone, and runs out to defend the husband. That's the evidence of the love and the teamwork. When she gets there, the husband is sprawling on the ground, beaten. Does she stand at the door and say, I told you not to go out? You see, now you've been beaten up? No. Contrary to that, she puts the arm around the husband and supports him and helps him, supports him up and helps him back to the house. You see, that is now on page 79. That is basically an episode demonstrating the love and the teamwork during the second attack. After that, Juana sits Kino on the mat, and then using her own skirt wipes the blood off his face. Remember, Kino had been attacked badly. He was cut on the scalp, and there was a deep bleeding slash from the ear to the chin, a deep bleeding slash. So Juana wipes the blood using a skirt, and then also takes some gives the husband some pulque to drink. That is some Mexican drink. And then takes some water in her clay pot and uses it to wipe Kino's face. And Kino at that time had been badly beaten. He was still dazed and shaking his head just to clear the darkness out of, to feel better after kichapo cha umbwa. And then Juana tells him that this pearl is evil. Let us destroy it before it destroys us. You see the love? And then Kino says, don't worry, I'm a man. Juana says, a man can be killed. Now, we're on page 79 and going into page 80, where Kino says, I'm a man, and Juana says, a man can be killed, and we should destroy this pearl, throw it back to the sea where it belongs, bury it, crush it between stones. And Kino says, believe me, I will sell it, and it will help us. Are you afraid? Juana says, no, I'm not afraid. And then he gives her a warm, soft look. I'm just trying to demonstrate an example of an episode that is between page 78 to page 80. We have another episode that answers that question. Good families are built on love and teamwork. Page 22 to page 29, we see what happens when the baby is stung by the scorpion. The sting is on page 22, and we see how both parents react after that. First of all, Kino tries to grab the scorpion. It falls between his fingers, strikes, the baby screams. Juana grabs the baby, sucks the poison. Kino grabs the scorpion, crushes it crashes it into a pest guy. And then Warner says, go to get the doctor on page 23, and Kino says, and the people around, the people at the door, the people at the back say he will not come, and Kino says the doctor will not come. And so Warner says, she was, this is my first baby, this is almost everything I have, so let's go to him if he will not come. Page 24. Now they plan to go to the doctor, and they leave with Warner leading and Kino following, so they go together. That is the love and the teamwork. And you see how they are trying to do everything to save their their son's life or their child's life. And then when they get there, you know what happens. The doctor refuses to treat the child. Eventually, page 26, they get there and they're saying, we require the skills of the healer. The little one has been stung. Of course, because they don't belong to the doctor's race, he says no. Okay, but everybody else lives. The beggars, the strugglers, even Juan Thomas, Kino's brother, and his fat wife, Polonia. The only person that remains with Kino for a long time, standing in front of the doctor's gate, is Juan. Okay, the first episode in The Blossoms of the Savannah is the relocation to Nasila, or the journey to Nasila. That is found on page 1 up to page 10, when Olekailo's family moves to Nasila. So use the 5 steps I've given you. What is the event, the characters involved, the actions, activities are involved in, how other characters react, or the outcome, and the moral lesson to read and internalize. You see, we use them to answer the KCSE questions, just like I've demonstrated with the 2 episodes from the PAL. If you like this content, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, and also check out my blog, wekati.blogspot.com. That is for English paper 3, and darasabora.blogspot.com for oral skills and functional writing skills. Cheers. See you in the next video.